Hi, everyone. We are proud of how the current schedule of pre-conferences has shaped up so far. After entertaining requests and inquiries from nearly 30 individual pre-conference meetings, we have currently settled on 9 meetings for that Saturday and Sunday, July 16th and 17th. Here we have an overview of the pre-conferences by day. First, we have 3 two-day pre-conferences, TB 2016, Towards an HIV Cure Symposium, and Living 2016. On Saturday, the Global Forum on MSM and HIV will have a 1-day pre-conference, along with there will be a nurses forum hosted by DENOSA, ICAP, ANAC, and ICN. On Sunday, the 17th, the International Reference Group on Transgender Women and HIV/AIDS will have their first ever all-day meeting. We also have 2 scientific meetings on hepatitis and the UN Target 90-90-90. Bristol-Myers Squibb Foundation will also have a youth-focused meeting telling their stories on being positive. Next, I would like to explain that we have pre-conferences organized in 2 types. First, we have open pre-conferences, which are available to any delegate on a first-come, first-served basis. These pre-conferences include TB 2016, Action Plus Access, No More Lip Service, the hepatitis meeting, and Bristol-Myers Squibb Foundation's meeting In Our Voice. The second type of meeting are application-required meetings, which means that they have additional criteria that you can find online in order to apply to attend. We'll talk about how to apply for these meetings in a few slides, but it includes meetings such as the Towards an HIV Cure Symposium, Living 2016, the Nursing HIV 2016, and the UN Target 90-90-90 workshop. Before we dive into the registration process, we do want to flag a few things for you to keep in mind. In order to attend a pre-conference, you must purchase a full registration to AIDS 2016 or a pre-conference registration pass that will allow you to attend just pre-conferences. These can be purchased via your profile at profiles.aids2016.org. Delegates with a full registration or a pre-conference registration pass will be able to register for up to a maximum of 3 pre-conference meetings. As mentioned before, we are offering 2 types of public pre-conferences this year, open pre-conferences and application-required pre-conferences. Registration for open pre-conference meetings is on a first-come, first-served basis, so please register early for these meetings as capacity will be reached. For application-required meetings, organizers will have to approve your attendance based on their own application criteria. Here, I would like to talk about our pre-conference registration passes. If you're not attending AIDS 2016, but you wish to attend the pre-conferences, you can purchase a pre-conference registration pass for $250 US. To purchase this pass, you must follow the following steps. First, log in with your existing account or create a new one at profiles.aids2016.org. For step 2, once you provide all of your personal information, name, date of birth, address, home country, etc., you will then be provided with the option to purchase a pre-conference registration pass. For step 3, you select this option and then proceed to the payment screen to confirm your purchase. Once you make your payment, you will then be able to select up to 3 pre-conferences to attend, which can be done in your AIDS 2016 profile. If you have any questions on this purchase process, please put them in the chat window if you're online, and we will address these at the end of the conference. For those who are on audio only, we will open the lines for you to ask questions at the end of our presentation. We would like to now review how you'll be able to register for open pre-conferences. I will review the steps verbally now and then review them with graphics to help you visualize the process. Before I begin, I do want to let you know that while it may take me 5 minutes to explain this process, when you're actually doing it yourself, it only takes a minute or two once you're in the AIDS 2016 conference profile system. But for now, let me cover open pre-conference meetings. The steps are as follows. Step 1, log into your conference profile at profile.aids2016.org. Step 2, once you update your personal information, confirm your status as paid and registered. Step 3, click on the pre-conferences box of your profile homepage. Step 4, click through to register for pre-conferences. Step 5, you'll be redirected to a new web page that lists the various pre-conferences that you can attend. Check the boxes of the pre-conferences you would like to attend. Step 6, confirm the terms and conditions and click Submit. You will then be redirected back to your profile page for Step 7, where you can review the confirmed pre-conferences on your profile homepage. Here, you can quickly visualize the process. Let me dive into details for each step. Step 1, you log into your conference profile at profile.aids2016.org. Here you can see I'm signed in as Neelan Jabour. For Step 2, look in the upper right-hand corner of your profile homepage to see that you are confirmed and registered as a delegate. Step 3, click on the pre-conference registration box on your profile homepage. Step 4, look to the lower right and see the line, click here to register for pre-conferences. Click that box. For Step 5, you will be redirected to a new web page that lists the various pre-conferences. Here, I have selected In Our Voice, Positive Stories, Positive Teens. Once I select that and click the box for Step 5, I will then move on to Step 6, where I click and confirm the terms and conditions and click Submit. For Step 7, I will be redirected back to the profile homepage, and you will be able to confirm that you're registered for the meeting by seeing it listed in your pre-conference registration box. Again, if you have any questions for this process, please enter them into the chat box if you're online, or at the end, for those of you who have joined by phone, we will open the lines for you to raise your questions. I would now like to review the process for selecting pre-conferences for our application required meetings. The process is very similar for steps 1 through 4, with the major difference being at steps 5 and 6, where you will have to take some additional actions to apply for the pre-conferences. So let me review this again now with each step. Step 1, you log in to your profile at profile.aids2016.org. Step 2, you check your status is already paid and confirmed. You will not be able to continue to register without having a paid and confirmed status. Step 3, click on the pre-conferences box of the pre-conference registration. Step 4, click through to register for pre-conferences. And this is where it gets different. At step 5, if you try to select a application required meeting, an additional pop-up will appear giving you additional instructions. So for step 6, you must either send an email to the organizer or fill out an additional application form. You submit the email and or the application form, and then after a few weeks, the pre-conference organizers will then write back to you to confirm that you are selected for the meeting. If you are approved for step 7, the pre-conference will then be added into your conference profile and show up on the home page of your conference profile. Here, for the next slide, you can visualize the process. Again, steps 1 through 4 are exactly the same as I mentioned for open pre-conferences. The major differences are steps 5 and 6. Let's dive into details. Again, steps 1 through 4 are exactly the same as you did for open pre-conferences. You have to log in, you need to confirm your status, you click on the pre-conference registration system, And then 4, you click here to register for pre-conferences. On step 5, I am trying to select the Tours and HIV Cure Symposium pre-conference meeting. This pop-up window comes up where it redirects you to a new web page where you must provide some additional information to apply for the meeting. For the next slide, which explains the form or the email, for some meetings you will have this form that requires you to provide some additional information. You provide this information and click submit. For one meeting, you will send an email to the organizer to register your interest, and she will provide additional information on how you can attend the meeting. After a few weeks, it may take a month or so, the pre-conference organizers will communicate back to you on whether or not you're accepted for the meeting. Once you are accepted, on step 7, the registration for that meeting will show up in your pre-conference profile homepage as shown here for step 7. I am now registered for Tours and HIV Cure Symposium. I believe that brings me to the end of my slides.